Is Phoeyu making Grand Peace Online a little bit more pay to win than he needs to? Now, this is a really crazy question because today Phoeyu made some changes that made something that cost $200 even more powerful than it already was. But before we actually get into that, we kind of need to go back in time because this pay to win stuff didn't just happen overnight. Now, if we go back to the initial release of GPO during update 0, you could argue that GPO was pay to win, but I'm one of the people that actually said GPO was more pay for convenience. You had private servers that allowed you to actually search for fruits in peace. We did know devil fruits would spawn every 1 through 4 hours. So every other hour or so, if you purchased the private server, you could actually go to every single island, search under every single tree to check if there was a devil fruit. Honestly, and it was really easy because there wasn't that many islands in the game and they weren't that big too. And the other thing that people would say was kind of pay to win that I classified as pay for convenience was the devil fruit bag. Now, it was kind of bad that you actually couldn't store a devil fruit in your inventory if you did not purchase the devil fruit bag, literally not even one. So it kind of made it mandatory if you were a devil fruit farmer during update 0 to purchase the devil fruit bag. Like you had to buy it, or you just couldn't do anything with devil fruits that you found unless you wanted to eat them. Those are the two features where people would kind of complain to Phoeyu about it being pay to win, but those were really nothing in hindsight. Now, during update 1, there wasn't really any features that were necessarily pay to win. During update 1, the candy cane came into the game, and as of then, you could only get that weapon through grinding the bosses. You couldn't pay to get the weapons, which Phoeyu actually implemented later updates. You could pay to get the weapons so you didn't have to farm the boss, and that is pay to win. Now, I'm not 100% sure why Phoeyu implemented that. It would have been better to just allow people to farm the bosses in order to get the drops, because back then the drops weren't even like 0.1%. It was like 1 through 5%, which is a lot more fair than a 0.1%, honestly. And farming bosses wasn't tedious. You would farm the boss and literally just wait 10 minutes for the boss to respawn, instead of what we have now in update 8. You got to go through hours of grinding in order to get the boss to spawn, and then you have to wait an hour and then do that whole process again. Very, very unnecessary. Now, moving forward, during update 1, Phoeyu implemented a game pass that we all had known as the Infinite Devil Fruit Notifier. Now, at the time, it was actually kind of expensive. One of the most expensive game passes I've ever seen, at least. When Phoeyu initially brought out the Infinite Devil Fruit Notifier, it costed 8,000 Robux, which is actually pretty cheap for Phoeyu standards today. And the Infinite Devil Fruit Notifier would essentially just notify you when a devil fruit would spawn within a public or a private server. However, at first, it didn't tell you what devil fruit spawned. It would just say a devil fruit has spawned, and the red blinking light thing would come on for about 5 seconds. It really wasn't that long. So you'd have to be alert and head in the general direction of where the light is telling you where the light is shining, so that you can head in that direction. Now, this is the first of the pay to win strategies that Phoeyu implemented into the game. However, back then, Phoeyu didn't really enforce people buying this. He just kind of had it there. He never said you guys need to buy it. He just left it there as an option for people to have. However, a lot of people were complaining that it was expensive, so over time Phoeyu did actually make it go on sale. Now, the sale was only 1,000 Robux less. It was 7,000 Robux. Thank you, Phoeyu, for 1,000 Robux less. Literally, it's only $10 difference. However, this incentivized a lot of more people to buy it. And once Phoeyu did that, once Phoeyu noticed a lot of people were buying the Infinite Devil Fruit Notifier, he did gradually improve it. First of all, the orb/light that would shine once a devil fruit spawned lasted a little bit longer, and eventually he ended up telling you where the island and the fruit that spawned, so that if it wasn't a fruit that you wanted, you didn't have to waste your time traversing the seas in order to get it. Now, over time, the Infinite Devil Fruit Notifier became kind of redundant, mainly because there was other methods of farming devil fruits. Sea beast farming and dungeon farming were both way more viable options than AFKing or just waiting within a private or a public server for a devil fruit to spawn. So Phoeyu eventually put it off sale and notified the community, hey, I'm going to be revamping this. So if you had bought the Infinite Notifier previously, I ain't gonna lie, you saved a lot of money, because when it finally came back, it was now named the All-Seeing Eye, and it cost $200. Yes, Phoeyu, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think any other developer on the face of Roblox has ever pulled something like this off. Phoeyu made a game pass within his game cost $200. And surprisingly enough, even after it came back, a lot of people bought it. Now you're probably wondering, Agz, why did people just buy the infinite notifier that got revamped? Because it came with a lot more perks. The all-seeing eye gave you a permanent ×2 Logia rate for everything, including fruit spawns, and it stacks of ×2 Logia weekend, granting the user 4 times Logia. It also granted the ability to see when a devil fruit spawns. It grants the ability to see which devil fruit spawns. It grants the ability to see the location of where the fruit spawns, the ability to see exactly how much time is left before a devil fruit spawns by hovering over the all-seeing eye from your Roblox hotbar. It grants all winning players in duos or squads, not just the MVP, but all the players in the squad, a legendary chest if they all have all-seeing eye. Grants 15% extra experience from Battle Royale. Grants the title to the user, the all-seeing, and when using the title all-seeing, you are now able to do 10% more damage to all NPCs, which was just implemented today. So yes, now the all-seeing eye allows you to deal more damage to NPCs, making the pay-to-win benefits increase a lot. Now, 10% damage to NPCs is genuinely a lot, especially when boss farming. If you don't know, within the new Coliseum game mode in Dressrosa, the people who deal the top 3 amount of damage get a legendary chest, like 100% of the time. So if you're in a public server and you're using all-seeing eye, you're gonna casually dominate over everyone else. However, Phoeyu did allow the Coliseum to be used in private servers now, so it's not as great as it could have been. But still, 10% more damage to NPCs is really good in the long term, and it might incentivize a lot more people to spend $200 for the all-seeing eye. I genuinely want to know the numbers, the statistics to the people who are gonna buy it after Phoeyu implemented this update to the all-seeing eye, because that is crazy. However, all-seeing eye does come with a tad bit of fairness because it is tradable. So if you have items worth an all-seeing eye, and this is gonna make all-seeing eye's value go up because 10% extra damage is crazy. But if you have the items in order to trade for all-seeing eye, you can easily get one. A lot of people are trading the all-seeing eyes for valuable items and equips within the game, which doesn't really make sense to me because I don't really see how a Jester outfit that doesn't give any stat bonuses is worth an all-seeing eye, in my opinion at least. But each to their own. But guys, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Is Phoeyu taking the pay to win aspect of GPO a bit too far, or is he just doing what he gotta do to pay the bills? I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace.